Hey everybody, whenever you're watching from, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Today, we're back in the Alchemist of Ars Magna to continue our playthrough. Last time, hold on, oops, let me just fix this. There you go. So, last time we were, busy doing a whole bunch of side stories. The game gave us like 6 side stories or something. So we weren't able to go to the main story, the next part of the main story, which is going back to the desert. And then after I finished all of the side stories, it gave us 2 new side stories. So we kind of have to do these first before we go in and continue on. So we'll try and do these quickly and then we'll go into the main story and head back to the desert for Expedition Round 2. And we'll see how much more of the game is left after that. Depending on like the percentage on the save, because right now we're at like 88.2%. Depending on like how much that goes up by, we can decide if we want to go overtime or not to maybe finish the game. And then if it doesn't move that much, then we're gonna have like another session next week to probably finish the game then. So that's the plan for today. Yeah, let's just go to full screen here. I'm gonna, I have to like reset this. Hold on. There we go. Okay, much better. Usually I have that set up before I start the stream, but like I had to restart my PC a few times because I was like, there was some like weird audio problem that was like happening with OBS. So I had to like double check that and make sure that things were working. So anyway, let's continue on. Let's do this one first. Maltina came to visit the Harmonia College workshop at the worst possible timing. Shin suffers from a sudden seizure from the corruption. Oh. Okay. I see. We're gonna go with that, huh?
ごめんください。シンはいらっしゃいます？
This voice. Shin looked up at the voice that called him while he was working. When he opened the door, it was Maltina. Glad to see you to visit our workshop, Maltina. Are you alone? Where's friend?
今日は私だけですわ。聞きたいことがありまして。
Sonia and Salas aren't around right now.
知ってますわ。講義に出ているんでしょ？だから来ましたの。
Huh?
あ、いえ、あなたに話があって来て差し上げたんですわ。
Maltina let out a light cough and provocatively pointed her chin.
入ってもよろしくて？
Sure. It's a mess though. Shin led Maltina into the workshop. She gathered around curiously at the interior and the laboratory tools.
ハルモニア派の工房はこうなってるんですわね。
Compared to the Marta College, I assume the machinery are much older types.
当然ですわね。ここではとてもドールの設計や調整なんてできそうもありませんわ。
So, Maltina, what did you want to talk about? Tea leaves are... Man, I don't know what to do without Miss Sonia around.
手際が悪いですわね。私がやりますわよ。
How did I know you weren't going to say, don't mind me? Either way, Maltina made the tea. Shin and Maltina faced each other as they sat and enjoyed the flavor. Yep, it sure is good.
当然ですわ。
Here, have some of these buns.
妙な取り合わせですわね。ま、いただきますわ。
So, what were we talking about? After Shin finished taking his first bite, he questioned her.
あ、本題ですわね。あれから お尻の具合はどうかしら?
Oh my god, that's what you asked about? That's what you asked about? Okay, so if you don't remember, I think this was like 2 or 3 sessions ago when we were in the I think it was Tiamat's. When it was in the Tiamat's area, I think, and they had to get some, or they had to make a contract with one of Tiamat's kin that had like the electrical discharge. Basically, they made a contract with one of the eels, and supposedly, it thought that it preferred Shin over the 2 girls, and our dude here had a bit of an experience. Yes. God damn it. That's what you ask about, Maltina? What the fuck? Bye-bye. Maltina looked awkward. At first, Jin wasn't sure what she was referring to, but instantly noticed what she was talking about and turned red. I'm fine. All's good.
でも、うなぎがあんなずっぽりと。
Oh my god. you don't have to describe it, Maltina. You came here to talk about that?
いえ、無関係というわけではないのだけれど。
Maltina sipped her teacup and paused.
前回、シンにあんな苦労させたのも、道路を改良するためでしたわよね。
Yeah, and for that, a contract had to be made with the god that uses electricity.
ええ、それで早速、新しい回路を開発して、道路に組み込んでみようと思っているんですけど。
Maltina peered over to look at Shin's face.
できればご助言いただけないかしら。術式の効率化のために、真の知恵を拝借したいんですの。
Oh, is that it? At first, Maltina acted rather strange, so he was expecting something more troublesome. Shin let out a sigh of relief and nodded to her. Sounds fun. I'm more than glad to help. Do you have any reference materials for that spell?
ええ、こちらですわ。
Maltina pulled out a stack of paper. Just as she was about to pass it to him, she stopped. Maltina?
私があなたに相談したことは、できれば内密にお願いいたしますわ。
Why is that?
それは、私の保険に関わると言いますか。いや、決して真のことを侮っているわけではないのですが。
I got you, since we do have our reputations for colleges too.
ご理解いただけて幸いですわ。ではこれは、私と真、二人だけの秘密、ということで。
Maltina emphasized the secret part and looked somewhat happy. Shin took the blueprints for the spell and circuits from her and began inspecting them. The two had a pleasant discussion about the doll's new control circuit for a while.
出力の並列処理を制御する銃が。なるほど。その発想はなかったですわ。やはりシンは面白い考え方をしますわね。
You think? But if you match the controls on the demon partner spells, I figured you can be a little flexible. If you use this method, you may be able to make the fuel into cartridge types. The problem would be the efficiency of the output and energy.
参考にしますわ。やっぱりあなたに相談してよかったですの。
I'm glad if I was able to help. That was when Shin noticed Maltina staring at him intensely. Her gaze was strangely passionate, which made Shin feel awkward and slightly flustered. Yes?
シン、やっぱりいいですわ、あなた。
Maltina continued to stare as she inched closer. Maltina?
今からでも遅くありませんの。シン、やっぱりマルドゥック派に入りませんこと？
No, I can't do that.
どうしてですの？ドールの存在が受け入れられないから？
No, that's not it. I'm not fond of using new scouts as resources, but I don't plan on rejecting the dolls as a whole.
でしたらどうして？あなたの胸に聞いてみましょうか。
Maltina's finger extended and traced over Shin's chest. She stopped right where the Philosopher's Stone was embedded and peered in with a thoughtful gaze.
ここに溜まった汚れが発散できなくなったら困るから。
Oh, she knows? Wait. How do you...
それくらい調べたらわかりますわ。私の前でも散々力を使ったではありませんの。けれど、案じる必要はありませんわ。もし真が望むなら、私がそのお手伝いを。
Do you know what you're saying? Maltina's face was bright red. That was when Shin realized she was serious.
真はドールの動力改善の手伝いをしてくれました。だったら、私が賢者の石の浄化を手助けするのもおかしなことではありませんわ。
I didn't help you for an exchange like that.
存じてますわ。真は純粋な善意と錬金術師としての興味から手を貸してくれたのですわよね。けれど私だって単なる利己心で言い出したわけではありませんわ。あなたが相手でなければ。
Maltina withdrew her hand from Shin's chest, but she didn't just keep her distance. She continued to stare at Shin with her shining eyes. What are you saying?
本当にわかりませんの？私の言っている意味。
Shin. Oh shit! We'll go with the other option then.
恥ずかしいですが。
Oh, that was fast. Okay. Oh shit. Okay. Let's do the next side story. Hopefully this is the last one, and no more side stories show up before we do the main story. Heavy burdens placed on Celeste during King Faust's absence. She tries her best to balance politics and her academic work, but sweet, toasty, odd scent filled the workshop. The smell was coming from an alchemy cauldron. For some time, Celeste was blending soap for travel purposes to wash off the dust.
いくらソシエの命運をかけた遠征でも、王女として、いいえ、年頃の娘として清潔さは保たなければ。
Hey, Steel. Yeah, no worries. Good luck at work.
汗とか赤とか、汚れているところ真に見せたくないし、旅が長くなると、やっぱり匂いとかも。
Yeah, the preview picture for this one was pretty nice. I'm assuming this is maybe the last scene for Celeste, possibly. Also, I think, Steel, you missed the scene with Maltina earlier. Celeste used all her strength to stir the thick, muddy substance in the pot. With the rising vapor, she too began to blend into something white. Whoa, what the heck? Having business to attend outside, they came back after an hour. Right as Shin and Arya returned to the workshop, the entire place was filled with white smoke. What is going on?
セレス、いるの？あら、その声、シン、オリオ？何この煙、やだ！
Celeste, where are you? Over there?
助けて、石鹸が、泡の煙が。
Celeste, what?
滑る
As the two tried to go where they heard her voice, they both slipped. The floor of the workshop was unusually slippery and they struggled to walk, yet they crawled forth and found a figure that appeared to be Celis. Celis? Right when she was about to turn around, her legs were caught by the slippery floor. The soft impact hit his face. To make matters worse, Arya slid in from behind and... The next moment, Shin's neck was tightened by Celis, who was panicked. I can't believe you fell asleep while you were creating a formula.
ごめんなさい。ついぼんやりしてしまって。
Wait, so she fell asleep standing near the pot while stirring it? What the What? It was good that the two came back. Otherwise, it would have been a terrible disaster. To the unbelievable mistake, Celis pouted in disbelief.
シンはいい目に遭ってるような気もするけどね。
She nearly snapped my neck, you know.
当然の報いでしょ。
Arya humphed as she made the statement. You're not convinced. Well, anyway. Celis, if you're tired, why don't you take a break from making formulas? This time we were safe, but if there's another accident, that would be troublesome.
そんな、みんなが遠征の準備をしているのに、私だけ怠けるなんてできないわ。
We won't think that. You have a lot of work to do as princess, right? Currently, Celis was doing work at the royal palace while continuing her tasks as an alchemist at the academy. The coup may be over, but the turmoil still lingered and she was also kidnapped a few days ago. Even in those conditions, Celis was working energetically, but with King Faust being absent, the burden on her must be immeasurable. Section? Yeah, that scene was like... like... Maltina's scene earlier started out with her asking how our ass was. Because it remembering the freaking contract with the eel over in Tiamat's place. And then it escalated into the cutscene because we're not on the R18 pad. Her time at the workshop was also decreasing. Even when she did show up, mistakes such as this began to be more noticeable. You can leave the academy thanks to us, so you can go ahead and prioritize your duties at the palace for now.
シン、私がいなくても大丈夫なの？
Yeah, good luck. Good luck, Steel. We'll do our best to fill in for your tasks. Right now, we all need to support each other.
そうよね。いくら無理したって、それでシンたちの足を引っ張ったら本末転倒よね。わかったわ。今日のところは王宮に戻る。日程を調整して余裕ができたらまた来るようにするから。
I'll walk you back.
いいえ、サーシャがいてくれるから大丈夫。シンは工房で作業を進めて。
Celis took her leave after mildly turning down his offer. Her back seemed rather small and lonely, which was unlike her.
追いかけた方がいいんじゃない？
I should, but right now He wasn't sure what the right words to tell her now. He couldn't support her in the palace. If that was the case, shouldn't he do what he could as an alchemist and protect the place where she could come back?
そういうことじゃないんだよな。そんなんじゃ本当にすれ違っちゃうよ。
Arya didn't try to hide her dismay and patted Shin's chest.
いいから行ってきなさい。さっき突っ込んだ時の勢いはどこに行ったの？
But that happened because you came from behind.
いいから行く。
Booted out by Arya, Shin left the workshop. Celis. He ran to the front of the academy and spotted Celis with Sasha. Calling her name, he tried to approach her when suddenly Sasha drew out her sword. She pulls out her sword way too fast on people, man. Like,
せ者!
Whoa! Shin barely managed to dodge her sudden attack. You totally tried to slash me after seeing my face, didn't you?
当然だ。姫様を泣かせる大逆人め。
Make her cry? Shin turned to look at Celis.
サーシャやめて。悪いのは調合中に居眠りなんかした私なの。
しかし、この男は姫様の気を知らずに。
Sasha kept her eyes locked on Shin as she shot fierce glare.
確かに姫様には至らぬところがあったのかもしれん。だが姫様は目の回るようなご多忙の中、なんとかここに顔を出す時間を捻出していたのだ。それを貴様は。
Sasha raised her prosthetic hand. Her metallic fist began to glow right in front of Shin. Bro, what the?
いい加減になさい、サーシャ。
From the sides, Celis flashed her shining hilt. Struck on her bare leg, Sasha jumped up.
大丈夫、峰打ちよ。
Does rapier have a backside? I think... Technically, depending on the design, I think they do. Peering over, he spotted a faint red bruise on Sasha's leg. Sasha clenched her lips as she held back the pain.
調合中にうたた寝なんかしたのだから、悪いのは私に決まっているでしょ。疲れてたなんて言い訳にならないわ。
しかし姫様。いえ、つい興奮しすぎました。
とにかく今日のところは戻るわよ。
Oh, Celis. Right as Celis was about to take her leave, Shin called her over.
シン、もし私が遠征行けなかったら。
は？
なんでもない。私は私の務めを果たしてくるから待っててくれる？
Yeah, of course. Also, if you need any help, I'll run over to help.
ありがとう。
Celis showed a faint smile before walking away. Shin hesitated for a moment, wondering if he should go after her.
おい、貴様。
Sasha, are you okay?
貴様に気づかれたくはない。しかしシン、さっきはどうして避けなかった？姫様が止めなかったら、そのまま殴られるつもりだっただろう。
Was that a punch? I thought she was charging something up. He was about to shoot my... What? You're upset on behalf of Celis, so I thought I can take on at least a punch. That was not a punch, bro. It was glowing. It was about to shoot you. I know Celis is going through a lot right now. I want to help her if I can, but I don't know what to do. Celis was trying to become a substitute for her father, King Faust. Her seriousness and responsibility may be why she was struggling with her ideal in reality. Shin didn't want Celis to push herself too much, but while she was doing what the princess had to do, denying her job was not the right thing to do.
まったく貴様は人のことは言えないが不器用な性分だな。
Sasha was dumbfounded. After a few moments of hesitation, she took her notebook out of her pocket and tore out a page with a note.
ここを訪ねろ。貴様なら多分お会いしてもらえるだろう。
Meet whom?
貴様の悩みに助言をくれるであろう唯一の方だ。ではな。
Celis went ahead as Sasha went after her and hurried off the scene. The next day, Shin went to visit the place Sasha told him about. The lone mansion was on top of the hills, standing on the outskirts of the capital. After mentioning his name and purpose of visit, an elderly butler invited him in. Excuse us? What? Faust was laying on the bed looked rather well. However, his cheeks were caved in, and with his hair and beard left as is, he appeared rather old.
すまぬな。わざわざ見舞いに来てもらったのに、寝たままで。
Not at all. I know you're not accepting visitors, but I asked to be let in. I should be the one apologizing.
意識が戻ったのは少し前だ。 しかし起き上がることは許してもらえなくてな。そなたらには迷惑をかけている。
But thanks to you, we can depart to the edge of Sosia. We don't think you're troubling us at all. But I was a little surprised. I thought you would be at the palace or in a hospital in the capital.
セレスの心遣いだろう。床に伏した私はできる限り属性から離しておこうとな。しかしそれでも報告はいろいろと入ってくる。大臣のやつめがセレスのことを随分と案じていてな。
Faust peered at Shin, almost knowing that was what he wanted to know about.
大臣は為政者と錬金術師を兼ねるのは土台無理だというのだな。もう何度か娘をいさめてその度にやり合ったらしい。
Actually, how did he do it then? Zealous did? I can almost see how my subjects asking her to refrain from going to the country. Just might anyway. Oh, this is supposed to be Faust's line. What the hell? Well, you managed to handle being both the Chancellor of the Magic Academy and be a king at the same time.
そう。その実例があるから良くなかったのだな。実際のところ、私はいい加減だった。王としての執務は大臣に丸投げしていたようなものだからな。
Right as he tried to laugh, Faust's expression clouds from the pain of his wounds. Chancellor.
大事ない。まあ、あれだ。王などは適度にサボり、下の者を働かせた方がうまく回ると。これは私の持論だが。そこがセレスは真面目すぎるのだな。私に似ず完璧主義なところがある。
I agree. She tried her best on everything without taking any shortcuts. Normally that would be a virtue, but that was pushing Salas over the edge now.
それで大臣や文官たちは危機感を覚えている。半端な二重生活はやめて、為政者の執務に専念してほしいとな。
They want Salas to quit the academy?
クーデターにオブリビオン。世情は混沌としている。この上、セレスまで遠征で犠牲になれば取り返しがつかない。そもそも、オーズ遠征にセレスが赴く必要があるのか。と、怖い顔をするな。これは文官たちの考えで、大臣がこの私に訴えていったことだ。
What did you say?
セレスの意志を尊重すべきと。あやつめ、大臣の分際で私を親バカとなじりおった。そして、そこまで言うなら結果でその意志を確かめたい。錬金術師としてのセレスの適性で判断させてもらうと。
So if you can't produce any results...
大臣たちはセレスのオーズ遠征を阻止させ、王女としての役割に徹しさせるであろうな。
No way. That was why Salas forced herself to show up at the academy. She'd been working so hard to the point she'd fall asleep at the workshop trying to come up with results that would satisfy the minister. And yet I told Salas to rest. Realizing the unthoughtful words he said to her, Shin clenched his fists.
思えば、娘が錬金術師を志したのは、そなたとの出会いがきっかけであったな。それまでは棒を振り回してばかりのおてんば娘だったが。あの誘拐騒ぎのことを思い出したわ。 助けに来たそなたを娘が物語の中の英雄のように話すのでな。正直嫉妬したものだ。
Chancellor Faust. Unsure of what the Chancellor was trying to say, Shin looked into his face, but his eyes widened with the following words.
シン、今度はそなたがセレスを誘拐してしまえ。
Huh? What?
政治など大臣に任せておけばいい。煩わしい執務から解放してやるために、そなたが娘を迎えに行くのだ。
That's outrageous. Are you seriously saying that?
さてな、病人のざれ言だ。責任は持たん。
Not fair.
それが大人のやり方だ。大臣に覚悟のほどを見せつけてやれ。
It's gonna be Shin who has the responsibility. Bro, what the fuck? I'll kidnap Solace. I'll pick her up. If only he can do that, he thought to himself. If she was in the workshop and not the palace, then... Ideas came to mind, but he knew that such actions couldn't be forgiven. These logical rules were what was holding down Shin's usual selfishness. Yet Faust casually told him to break these rules and go do it without a second thought. He encouraged Shin's hesitant side to take action.
少し喋りすぎた。疲れたので休ませてもらうぞ。
You sure like to light the fire in others and run away from the responsibility, don't you?
意志を尊重する。セレスやそなたや若者の意志を。
If you urge me that much, I'm not going to stop. Faust quietly closed his eyes. His chief seemed to relax with a look of amusement. Shin waited until nightfall and snuck into the palace. The security was tight due to the coup, but he managed to avoid being caught with the usage of his alchemy tools. Solace's room must be there. As expected, there are guards. Then, Shin set anesthetic bullets into his gauntlet. Gauntlet ample set. I'll have you sleep for a while. Holding up his gauntlet from the shadows, he shot a tiny needle out. A grunt was heard as it hit the guard's neck before he collapsed. Okay, now's my chance. Sneaking to the door, Shin placed his ether gear on top of the keyhole. Tracing the shape of the key with his liquid metal, after a few moments, a click was heard as the lock was opened. Cautiously, Shin turned the knob and quietly slipped in from the crack. The moment he entered her room, he received a rough welcome. The light of her blade flashed in the darkness. Sensing a murderous intent, Shin reflexively ducked his head down. The blade grazed his cheek as a tuft of his hair was chopped away. Wait, Solace, it's me, Shin.
Shin?
After Solace's surprised voice rang, she withdrew her sword.
本当にShinなの？どうしてここに？
I wanted to see you.
会いたいって。でもよくさっきの避けられたわね。
To tell you the truth, I saw it coming. I knew you'd notice my presence and would be the first to move.
さすが、よくわかってるわね。王女たるもの、自分の身は自分で守れるくらいじゃないと。
Yeah, but it sometimes makes me wonder about that. Knowing you after all. My heart is still racing.
シン、私も急にあなたが来るから胸が高鳴って。
In that case, my heart isn't racing from the excitement of sneaking in a girl's room, but more from the fear for my life. Shin patted his chest down and regained his composure. Solace, I came here to kidnap you.
どういうこと？
Well, this is what I mean. Shin formed the blade from his gauntlet and pointed the tip at Solace.
本気なの？
If that will bring you back to the Harmonia College.
私は今もハルモニア派のつもりよ。
But you're trapped inside the royal palace and the role as princess is keeping you away.
サーシャに聞いたの？
Well, more like a dirty adult. But I decided to do this. I'm having you come back to the academy.
私の意思は聞かないの？私が王女としての務めを放棄すれば困る人がたくさんいるのに。
That's why I said I came here to kidnap you. Alice took her job seriously. If I respected her opinions, she would be caught in her sense of responsibility and wouldn't be able to choose. He'd just take her away, no questions asked. He knew this was his selfish side, but he came here with his mind made up. Just let someone else handle the politics. Right now, I just want to be an alchemist with you. I want to go to the edge of Sosei with you.
シン。
Without waiting for an answer, he took her hand. Nearly pulled away, Salas tried to stay put.
待ってシン。私だって同じ気持ちよ。できるならハルモニア派のみんなとオーズ遠征に行きたい。だけど。
Are you talking about the conditions that you have to achieve as an alchemist? Then you ought to return to the workshop now.
そこまで聞いているのね。それでそんなに強引なんて。
I don't think the minister's way is fair. He's making you do a ton of work and ask for results in alchemy.
それは。
Before Salas could continue, Shin pulled her arm. Barely resisting, Shin ran straight out into the hallway. Okay, looks like no one's made a scene yet.
本気なのね。けれど、少しだけ昔のことを思い出したわ。
You mean the kidnapping incident when we were kids?
ええ、あの時の再現みたい。
Except I'm the kidnapper this time.
閉じ込められた私を連れ出してくれるという意味では同じよ。
Really? For the first time, he felt Sal's grip his hand back. She grabbed hold of Shin's wrist.
本当は分かっていたの。二重生活に無理があるって。でも王女の務めを果たさなければ錬金術師としても失格だと思ったから。おごっていたのね、私。お父様のようにできると。
No, Salas, you did a good job until today, so just make me into the bad guy.
分かったわ、誘拐犯さん。あなたの行為に甘えさせて。
Alright, let's hurry. Shin put his hand on Sal's back and rushed her. That was when a long shadow appeared in the halls, illuminated by the moonlight.
そこまでだシン。誘拐など断じて許さん。
What? Sasha!
この私が詰めていると知りながら姫様を連れ去ろうとは大胆不敵な輩め。覚悟してもらう。
待ってサーシャ、シンは私のために。お願い、行かせて。
いくら姫様のお望みでもこればかりは。いざ。
Shaking away her hesitation, Sasha shouted and activated her battle arm. Sparks flew from her prosthetic arm, making it seem like waves of her aura. Alright, I don't plan on backing down either. Even if it means I'd have to beat you, I'm going to take Salas away.
体現を。ならば来い。
I have no time to waste. Let's do this, Sasha. Without a shot, both of them activated their blades. Kicking the ground, they instantly closed in. Ha! He twisted halfway and struck his left arm out. While pretending to strike, he swung out his entire blade. He thought he caught Sasha by surprise, but it didn't work against her. She flicked his blade away with a simple swing of her sword. But that was expected. He was well aware that she was a master in martial arts. If the earlier attack served as a slight gap in her guard, it'd be a chance for him to connect it with a real blow. Shin quickly changed the balance of his body and slashed at her from above with the blade on his right arm. Take this!
シン、サーシャ。
The two crossed each other and stopped. Shin's blade stopped only inches away from Sasha's shoulder.
なぜ剣を止めた。
You two, you could have shot me down with a counterattack. Sasha tucked her left arm and paused with her elbow drawn back. Her prosthetic arm surpassed the speed of her normal arm. If she wanted to, she could have thrown a few punches at lightning speed before Shin's blade reached her.
貴様の調整を受けた義手だからな。これで貴様をぶちのめすわけにはいかないだろう。
That's some bullshit. Sasha, were you planning to lose against me from the start? Shin asked as Sasha responded with her head turned away.
何のことだ?
But the murderous intent he felt earlier from Sasha seemed to dissipate. He seemed resentful, but that may be due to the awkwardness after Shin saw through her intentions.
サーシャ、そうなの？私を行かせてくれるの？
姫様、どうかご容赦を。騎士としてみすみす賊を見逃すようなセリフを吐くわけには参りません。しかし姫様の望みは私の望みでもあります。故に騎士の剣筋が鈍ることもありましょう。
It just sounds like mental gymnastics, bro. At times, people prioritize their own selfishness over their duties. Sasha must know Sals better than anyone, and knew how she struggled over her duties. That may be why, with her usual sour look, she glared at Shin before muttering.
さあ、とどめを刺せ。このまま骨の一本も折るがいい。
Huh? Why?
王女の護衛が何もせず賊を見送るわけにはいかないからな。気絶するほどの痛みを受ければ、かろうじて言い訳はつく。
But Faust's words suddenly came back in Shin's mind. The dirty ways of an adult, huh? Sasha, then let's do this. I'll punch you now, but in exchange you can punch me too.
痛み分けというわけか。言っておくが、手加減はしないぞ。
It's better to keep some face rather than just be beaten, right?
それでも目の前で姫様をさらわれるのだ。不名誉には変わりない。
With that said, Sasha got into position. Going with the flow, Shin also clenched his fist.
せー
Then... Ah! His consciousness blew away for a moment from the strong impact. Striking pain followed as he fell into his knees. As Shin crashed down, Sasha looked down at him.
腰の入ってないパンチだな。そんなことでは姫様をお守りすることはできんぞ。
But that's why there's a reliable knight like you, right? It seemed like a weak smile appeared on her lips, but suddenly her body wobbled and collapsed on her back.
サーシャ！
私は平気です。それよりもお早く姫様。
Celis, let's go.
まったく、二人とも無茶をして。
The halls were getting rowdy. Others must have noticed the abnormality and the sounds of footsteps were rushing over. Hey, this way! The bandits are there!
シン！
It's okay. I knew something like this would happen. From his tool bag, Shin pulled out a packet that was about the size of his hand. Unwrapping the package, he pulled the string to open the insides and tossed it on the floor. The soldiers that approached slipped and fell one after another. What the? It's slippery! I can't get up. What?
シン、これは？
I tweaked the formula for the soap you were making, Celis. When you pull this string, it instantly heats up and melts. Now you can't walk properly on that side of the hallway.
私、こういう意図で石鹸の調合をしたわけではなかったのだけど、旅先でも汗や埃にまみれた姿をシンに見せないために。
We managed to stop the castle guards. This can count as an achievement the minister was talking about.
そうかしら。
The soldiers who fell for the trap still struggled to get up. While looking down at them, Celis tilted her head, not looking too convinced. Come on, Celis, this way. I turned it into... Escaping the royal palace, Shin and Celis ran through the city at night. The surprised people turned to look and some seemed to have noticed Celis' identity, but they continued to run through the crowded streets. While running out of breath, Shin felt exhilarated. He wanted to pat himself on the shoulder even though he knew his selfishness may cause trouble in the palace, the people, and many others.
シン、止まって、息が。
Oh, sorry. Are you alright, Celis?
でもずっと走りっぱなしだったから。大丈夫。追っ手はいないみたい。
Celis leaned forth and gasped for a while. At the same time, Shin was also trying to collect his breath.
そういえば大丈夫？ さっきサーシャに殴られたところ。
It stings just a little. She did punch me with her normal hand and not her prosthetic one.
そういう問題ではないでしょ。本当に二人ともバカなことをして。
Letting out an appalled sigh, Salas placed her hand on his wound. Suddenly feeling mischievous, he grabbed hold of her hand.
シオン。
Sorry, I just wanted to make sure you were with me. Shin wrapped his arms around Sal's body. Slightly hot after running, he felt her soft warmth against him.
もう、今日はあなたに驚かされてばかりだわ。
But you still came along.
誘拐犯にさらわれたのよ。
That's right. Then I better keep you caught. Putting more strength in his arms, Shin pulled her closer. Her cheeks flushed as a weak smile emerged on her lips. Being at a distance where they can feel each other's breath, her eyes seemed to glisten from the heat.
手を離しても逃げたりしないわ。
Really?
ええ。でも離さないで。ずっと捕まえていて。
Salas. Her arms also wrapped around his back as her eyes gazed into his, slowly closed.
シオン。
Tears began forming in Salas' eyes.
ありがとう。
I didn't do anything that required your thanks.
でも嬉しい。私を連れ出してくれて。胸に抱いてくれて。
I only did it because I wanted to.
私も。
The two gazed at each other as Salas spoke dreamily.
私もシンといたい。どこまでも。ソシエの果てまでも。
Yeah. After the incident, a huge stir within the royal palace and the academy arose as Shin brought Salas back. From the royal court came the minister and civil servants while the academy had Shin, Salas, Misonia, and the administration office come in to negotiate. Both of their arguments were equal and the difficulty of the discussion increased. However, Faust, who was still undergoing medical treatment, claimed they should respect Salas' wishes. Thanks to that, Salas managed to withdraw herself from the palace duties and was able to devote herself to her studies. The ministers and civil servants struggled to take over the work left by her. Instead, they demanded credibility as an alchemist from Salas. The princess journeys to Ur as an alchemist to ward off the calamity brought by the dust. As this image propagated to the people, she now shouldered the duty to provide the results to everyone. Obtained a purifier? What the? Is that a... I'm guessing it's a... It is not a key item. What is it? Ingredient for a detergent that removes oil. Soap. So, it's soap, right? But, okay. What uses? Oh wait, don't we already have... What? Didn't we already have a washing machine, or... Bruh, what the... There's another side story? Bro, I thought we could go to the main story already. There's another side story. Change the pace from official duties, Shin takes Salas out for some field work, while the two were in the hot spring. Okay. Maybe this is like a... Where's that? The game won't let you go. Oh my god, bro. Bro. Wait, surely this is the last one for now, before we go into this one, right? It's not going to give me more. I'm not sure if I should make the, this one already. I'm guessing it... I guess we don't have it yet, basically, so... Sure, let's make a washing machine. Slightly increases party's resistance against fire. And let's go do this one. Is the secret size ridge? Nah, this has to be the last one for now, right? Like, there will probably be more after we do this Beyond the Desert one. Maybe like the last set, but this has to be the last one for this batch. One day before the expedition to Ur, Shin was out gathering materials in preparation. There were no signs of oblivion in the area and it didn't seem too dangerous, so Celes came along as well.
こんな風に自由にフィールドワークできるなんて久しぶり。不謹慎かもしれないけど、なんだか心がウキウキしてくるわね。
Yeah, we've been so busy, we were only using what we had on hand to formulate or just simply ordered things.
ええ、真のおかげで時間ができたわ。素材集めはもちろん、送信契約もできたらいいわね。
I knew you'd say that, so I did some research about what kind of gods were active in this area. We invited Celes so she too could relax. That was why he chose this area where they could casually do fieldwork. Of course, Shin wanted to spend time alone with Celes as well.
シン、あそこ送信がいるわ。
But where?
あそこよ。あの大きな岩のところ。
Celes was hasty with her words and was already dashing off. Shin followed while searching for the said god.
待ってください。
As Celes called out, the small figure who tried to hide between the rocks suddenly paused. Was the base of the god a rabbit? It was wearing a helmet a construction worker would wear, and his ears were standing straight up from the gap.
見たところファミリア級みたい。シン、どんな送信かわかる？
Seems like a knocker that finds mining locations. Or a variant. If we can form a contract, maybe it can tell us where to find good ores. As a test, Shin pulled out an ore he had on hand. Activate ether gear. Polishing.
シン、何をするつもり？
I'm going to show the god how I sharpened the ore. It's off the cuff and I can't spend much time on it, but it'll become a stone tool at least. Form a contract with the god, it's an important fact to show what alchemists can do. If he really was a knocker and knew where the ore sources were, showing him crafting abilities would be great proof.
でもウサギさん、あまり関心がなさそうだけど。
Huh? As Shin polished the ore with his ether gear, the bunny turned away unconcerned. Instead, he put his face against Celes' luggage and sniffed.
私の持ち物に興味があるの？
Why didn't you take your stuff out?
ええ、と言っても大したものは持ってきてないけど、お弁当とかハンカチとか。
Celes, the god seems to be reacting to that package.
これ？
Celes opened the wrapping paper and pulled out a white object shaped like a brick. It's the slimy soap trap. It's just soap, dog. What? You're the one who made it a trap.
石鹸よ。勝手に変な名前つけないで。
But why is it reacting to soap? The rabbit sniffed the soap as if it were about to take a bite.
これは食べ物じゃないわ。あ、ウサギさん。
It ran off.
向こうで振り返って、まるでついてこいって言ってるみたい。
The two looked at each other, but they were determined enough and didn't need to bother checking.
追いかけましょう。
Alright. And then, the rabbit god guided them to an unexpected place. What? Wait! So after that, the entire scene is all just like H scene? You just cut off the whole thing? Okay. Sure. That saves us time, I guess. Okay, 89.4%. Let's see how much that moves when we do this main story one. Leader Shin. To prevent the destruction of Zosia, the group decides to go on another expedition to Ur. That morning, the weather was surprisingly clear, unlike the past few days. Those going on the expedition gathered in front of the Cagliostro Academy. With the Harmonia College in the center, other colleges and military units were serving as backup. Size-wise, it was smaller than the previous expedition, yet many elite members took part.
今回の主役は貴様や姫様たちだ。何としても人々に希望をもたらす成果を。共に戦おう。シン。
ダストの最悪から人々を守る。 今度こそドールを本来の使い方で役立ててみせますわ。
ソシエを守りたい思いはここにいる誰もが同じです。だからきっとうまくいきますよね、シンさん。
Yeah, of course. After exchanging greetings with Sasha, Maltina, and other members taking part in the expedition, Shin made his way toward the Harmonia College.
いよいよですね、シンくん。ついにこの日が来たわ。私たちがオーズ遠征に挑む日が。まずはシャマシュの太陽の神殿へ。ナモタルも行くぞ。シンについてく。
After forming a contract with the final origin, we'll go to the edge of Sosie. Hey, Spar. Doing fine. You missed out on, like, 2 cutscenes. They all formed a circle and nodded to each other.
せっかくですし、リーダーから一言いただきましょうか。
Huh?
リーダーって。
They all looked at each other in confusion.
ソニア先生、お願いします。私ですか？でもハルモニア派の代表は今はアリアさんですし。それは先生が負傷したから代理で務めていただけですよ。こうして復帰した以上、代表は以前のようにソニア先生です。そうは言っても過信条化やオーズ遠征の実現まで持ってきたのはアリアさんたちの功績でしょ。私の出る幕ではありませんよ。でも、いえ、ここはアリアさんが。
you'll check where the cuts were. Two held their palms out and shoved the duty back and forth.
いきなりグダグダ。
Yeah, you can't be having this kind of discussion at the start of the expedition, man. What the fuck? Hey, you guys. Shin stepped forth, attempting to calm Arya and Sonia down.
そうだわ。ここはシンくんにリーダーをやってもらいましょう。賛成です。ハルモニア派の主催と遠征のリーダーが同じである必要はないですもんね。
What? He only stepped in to stop the two, but Shin was shocked at the unexpected change in matters.
いいかもしれませんわね。賢者の石を宿し、オリジンと契約するシンは、この遠征のキーマンに違いありませんわ。
Imagination? Truly the most important tool in the human arsenal. Imagination.
僕もそう思います。シンさんがいなかったら、今回のような遠征はできなかったはずですから。私もシンを推薦するわ。賢者の石のことだけではなく、シンの意志は私たちがソシエの果てに挑む原動力になってくれる。
私はセレスティアーナ姫の騎士ですが、姫様がそうおっしゃるなら。
Shin stood there stunned. The people around him voiced their approval, creating a mood that made it impossible for him to refuse.
お言葉をいただけまして、シン。
Well.
どうぞ。どうぞどうぞ。どうぞ。
What the? Not are you two? It seemed like he could not escape. After a lengthy sigh, Shin gave in and stepped forward in front of everyone. This expedition is the quest for the truth. Our world has been subject to the calamity of the dust, yet we only have a limited amount of knowledge regarding this dust. Where does it come from? Why does it invade our land? How can we stop it? Shin paused his words for a moment before eyeing the participants. We're going to find that out. We will form a contract with the origin of the sun, Shamash, visit the Apostles' Workshop, and meet Astarte, the God of Wisdom. So I want you to lend me your strength. I need your help to make this expedition a success. Cheers and applause were heard from the crowd. Shin scratched his cheek to hide his embarrassment. Once again, he looked at each and everyone's face and nodded.
いい挨拶でしたわよ、シン。
やっぱりシンがリーダーで正解だったみたいね。私には分かってたんだから。
Easy for you to say.
でもみんなシンを認めてるの。これだけ多くの錬金術師や軍の人がシンのことをリーダーと受け入れてる。
シンさん、すごいです。
Well, I haven't done anything yet. What we need to accomplish lies ahead of us. It hasn't been too long since he entered the Cagliostro Academy of Magic, but so much has happened. The expedition to Or would be one of his results. Let's go, beyond the desert to the edge of Sosie. With the Shin at the center, a loud roar echoed throughout the area. Across the horizon, beyond the many dunes, was a reddish smoke rising. Smoke mixed with the dust in the air, creating a cloud-like, mist-like reddish-brown film across the sky.
パステルスモークののろしですわ。ご覧なさい。向こうからも。
Red smoke? So that's how they communicate between groups.
本当はもっと鮮やかなバラのような赤色の予定だったのですが、仕方ありませんわね。
Well, this is good enough to coordinate. We were progressing at a good pace too. The expedition team passed the northern forest and reached the point where they previously stopped.
砂嵐の兆候はまだ見られない。進めそうよ、シン。
体を両翼に広げ、異変にいち早く対応する策は今のところうまく機能しているな。あとはキャンプを設営する場所を見つけられればいいのだな。
I have an idea for that.
あそこのことね、シン。
Yeah, I think Kibe should be waiting for us there. And half a day later, after the sunset, the group reached their destination.
やっと着いた。よかった。遭難しなくて。
Yeah, with the quicksand and fighting last time, we only had a vague idea where this was located, but I'm glad the oasis is still there. Within the deadly desert, it was almost hard to believe how clean the air was. Seeing the moon reflected against the swaying waters, he couldn't help but feel a sense of relief.
カイマや砂嵐を避けるために迂回したから、思ったより時間がかかってしまったわね。疲れたの。早く休みたいのだわ。
Nice work, Henry. But before that, Shin glanced around the oasis and searched for the owner of this place. Within the grass, he noticed a small figure moving about and approached her.
これ気をつけよ。足元に我の大事な盆栽があるでな。
Oh, sorry.
よう来たな、シン。ここまでは無事にたどり着けたようで何よりじゃ。
Thank you, Kibe. So, I need a quick favor. If we use this as our base for the expedition, pilgrimage, we have a lot to do, like forming a contract with the Shamash and visiting the Apostles' Workshop.
構わんが、条件がある。
Conditions?
オアシスで育つ植物の種や苗でも持ってくればよかったかしら。
Shin began to search his belongings, wondering if he had something similar.
不要じゃ、足りておるわ。我は地のオリジンじゃぞ。
So, what are the conditions?
お約束事のようなものじゃ。このオアシスを汚さず、草木の一本に至るまで敬意を払え、というな。
Of course we will.
砂漠の大切な自然。キュベ様の作られた素敵な庭園ですもの。
よかろう。オアシスをお主らの拠点として使うことを認めよう。
ありがとうございます。
我も心尽くしをしてやろう。ほれ、水の。
呼んだかしら？
Huh? His voice? He heard a familiar voice from his gauntlet. Shin turned around, surprised, and peered into his ether gear on his forearm. Is that you, Apsu?
水臭いわね。エレメントの契約をした仲じゃない。あなたのことはいつでも見守ってるわ。
そういうことでな。お主にも協力してもらうぞ、水の。
ええ、もちろん。事情はわかってるわ。いつでもいいわよ。
では、シンよ。地区を寄れ。
Sure. Shin seemed confused. Kibe raised her hand to his forehead. He felt an invisible wave against him. What was that?
お主の記憶を読み取っていた。地のオリジンとしての権能があれば、大地に投影することができるでな。
もっともそれには地脈などの条件があるんだけどね。
Memories? On the ground?
まあ見ておれ。
Kibe moved her hand away from Shin's forehead and then pointed to the ground. A spell circle emerged as he was blinded from the white light. What the?
この術式は、まさか。
Where are we? As the light died down, the scenery was no longer the oasis in the desert they were in. That place was all too familiar for Shin and his friends of the Harmonia College.
工房？ハルモニア派の。すごい。匂いとか空気感までそのまま。
真の記憶を元に再現しておるからな。まあ、細かな違いはあるかもしれぬが。
投影術式。原理的にはコスモの海板の応用でしょうか。
海板の代わりに、ここの地脈を使っておる。
あくまで蜃気楼のようなものだから、再現できる範囲に限界はあるんだけどね。でも、体を休めたり、探索の準備を整えるのには使えるでしょ？拠点としては十分なものだと思うわ。素晴らしいです。さすがオリジンの剣能。こんなことまでできてしまうなんて。持ち込んだ物資とこの設備が使えるなら、補給も思った以上にはかどりそうだね。
もちろんじゃ。我らがここまで肩入れをするんじゃから、役立ててもらわねば困るぞ。
With that said, Kiba snapped her fingers. Same light flashed before the scenery returned to normal.
みんな、それでは今日はここで休みましょう。各自体調を整えて、明日に備えること。と、リーダーはシンくんでしたね。
Oh, it's okay. You said exactly what I wanted to. The expedition team rested comfortably despite exploring in the deadly desert. The next morning, it was the first time Shin slept so well since he left for the expedition. He went to the stream to wash his face, but spotted someone there already.
おはようございます。その顔だとよく眠れたようですね。
Yes, and you as well. Sonia didn't appear too tired and looked refreshed. She chuckled slightly as Shin tilted his head in confusion.
寝癖がついていますよ。
Really? Shin reached for his head.
逆です。そっちじゃなくて。これは強情そうな寝癖ですね。溶かしてあげましょうか。
Oh, but...
いいからじっとして。アリアさんたちにまで笑われたくないでしょ？
Thank you. She just pulled the comb out of her cleavage. What? That's where she... Okay. Shin got fidgety thinking he felt her warmth left in her comb. Oblivious to his nervousness, Misonia got behind Shin and began to brush his hair.
何やら羨ましいことをしてもらっておるな、坊や。
Kibe, this is...
ソニアよ。次は我も頼むぞ。昨夜の礼も兼ねてな。
はい。わかりました、キュベ様。
Thanks, but all that happened yesterday was... Misonia getting... What?
それが、あの時、揉まれながら汗がブワーって出て、肩のこりとかがなくなりまして。
Was there a cutscene? What?
よく眠れたじゃろう。我の秘伝の技じゃ。
I see. Urged by Kibe, Misonia began to take care of her hair. You can watch as Miss Sonia carefully combs her long scattered locks.
ところでシンよ。太陽の神殿への道は開いておいてやったぞ。
Temple of the Sun, Shamash's sanctuary.
まずはそこを目指すのじゃろ。流砂や砂嵐に惑わされることなく行けるはずじゃ。
That's great. Thanks, Kibe.
太陽のオリジンの試練、見事乗り越えてみよ。期待しておるぞ。
Kibe nodded firmly while Miss Sonia continued to take care of her hair.
キュベ様。私からも一つお尋ねしてよろしいですか？なんじゃソニア、言うてみ。お聞きしたいのは、フランスは・プレラーティという名の一人の錬金術師のことです。
Francois? That should be the name of the head of the Harmonic College before Miss Sonia. He was Miss Sonia's mentor and Sonia greatly respected her.
今回の遠征より以前、フランソワ教授はオーズを目指す旅に出ました。そして、この砂漠で行方を絶ったんです。キュベ様なら何か知っていると思って。錬金術師の巡礼とな。そういえば、侵食現象が活発化する少し前に、そのような一団が砂漠を縦断しようとしていたか。それです。私もそれに参加していました。だけど、途中で脱落してしまって、フラン先生だけが。いたたた、これ、引っ張るでない。ごめんなさい。
It seemed she'd grown a little too enthusiastic and started to comb quite roughly. Miss Sonia bowed in apology and gazed up with a serious expression.
せっかくじゃが、我にはわからぬな。祖師への果てより戻ってきておれば、見つけられたじゃろうが。そうですか。
That must mean they never returned from the depths of the desert. Miss Sonia sighed in disappointment. Miss Sonia.
大丈夫ですよ、シンくん。落ち込んではいられません。フラン先生の後を追いかけて、ようやくここまで来たんですから。その意じゃ。お主らは正しい道を歩んでおる。焦らずに自信を持って進めばよい。はい、キュベ様。差し当たっては。
Kibe turned to the side. Beyond her gaze was smoke rising from some food while Enri, Arya, and the others were waving.
まずは腹ごしらえじゃな。
Thanks to Kibe releasing the barriers, the quicksand that was blocking their way into the center of the desert reduced in size. Spotting the change from the dunes, they were relieved.
よかった。これなら進めそうね。
昨日までと同じように後続班は別ルートを取って紹介を行う。またオアシスの拠点にも人員を残すことになった。
We'll just keep going to the Temple of the Sun. Their upcoming journey consisted of an endless bland scenery filled with dunes stretched across the horizon. Crossing the sea of sand to reach their destination wasn't as easy as it sounded. Encounters with ash demons were also to be expected. Nevertheless, let's go. Shamash is waiting. Shin's voice, the expedition team began advancing into the deadly desert once again.
準備万端です。素晴らしい戦いでしたよ。よくわかんないけど、これいいものか？よくわかんないけど、これいいものか？当然の結果というものですわね。 ご褒美はお菓子がいいな。これは素晴らしいですね。これはいいものですね。
よし、この調子でいこう。
嬉しいです。
Okay, that's a bit of... The one-way... The one-ways are a bit confusing here. Is there a way for me to get all of them?
Oh, 見つけた。錬金術の奥義は戦いにも通じているんだ。
Also, for some reason, everyone's level up is like uneven.
一休みしていきましょうか。よくわかんないけど。
Fairy butterfly wings.
これいいもの
Okay.
か。よくわかんないけど、これいいものか。無事でよかったです。私を満足させるものかしら。これは素晴らしいですね。
Oh, we finally have dragon meat. Okay, we can finally upgrade everyone else's stuff. What is this? Flower of Senju plant goes into dragon meat. That is so weird. That is so... What? Why? How does a flower go into dragon meat, bro? What the fuck? But finally, we have the material we need for the actual equipment upgrades. We're gonna go around the trap.
有効活用するとしましょう。
Ooh, Crimson Pelt. Is that new as well? I think that might be new as well. Actually, no, never mind. It's not new. Is it new? She's confusing me. We're finally starting to get like the higher level materials.
Yoshi, この調子でいこう。よし、この調子でいこう。
有効活用するとしましょう。ロール整備の時間ですわ。私の独壇場ですわ。 嬉しいです。
よし、この調子でいこう。
もう大丈夫だぞ。敵の匂い消えた。有効活用するとしましょう。嬉しいです。
Oh, and we have the horns of Crimson Blaze. So I can craft this now as well. Nice. That's, I think, all of the. Oh, well, actually no, that's not all, but that's some of the high-level materials we were missing for
少し休憩しましょう。
like the original
お茶は
team.
どうですか？
Oh, it goes on for. Oh my god. Is this a wait? Is this a pyramid on the map, bro? What the fuck? Okay. So, Shamash's temple is a pyramid in the desert. Makes sense, I guess.
無事でよかったです。
錬金術の奥義は戦いにも通じているんだ。
RPG.
無事でよかったです。なんか拾ったぞ。
Well, that's because for that particular one, we were doing the challenge to not do it there, right? We're not doing the challenge here. Hey, Julian, have access. Are you kidding? Maybe you have your speakers or your headset on like max volume or something. Shouldn't be that loud. I think. Although, I guess some of these sound effects are kinda loud. Yeah, the concert master one was like... That one just goes hard on your ears, I think.
これは素晴らしいですね。
Bit of a bigger cap one.
休憩しよう。
Fair.
ご一緒できて嬉しかったです。シン、あそこ見えたの。
Yep, there's no mistake. That's the Temple of the Sun. In the distance, a massive structure appeared shimmering in the mirage. As they got closer, a clear outline became visible, revealing the historic structure.
シャマシュ様は中かな。
Let's go in. We're all tired and we should put ourselves back in order.
かしこまりましたわ。
Masina set up a tube on the ground and raised the smoke signal. It was to tell the separate groups of their arrival at the temple. From the distant skies, they spotted smoke, indicating the response. Upon confirmation, they made their way into the temple. So this is inside the temple.
なんていうか、不思議な雰囲気だね。神秘的っていうか。
The walls made of glowing material dimly lit the passage with white light. The light reflected against each other and created complex shadows and geometric patterns on the floor.
この模様に何か意味があるのかしら。
Is mistaken. I don't think they made an anime based on this game. At least from what I checked, I don't think the visual novel is like well known enough for like an anime adaptation. It should be like just its own thing.
太陽神シャマシを象徴しているものだと思いますけど。そこ、誰かいるぞ。
Did an ash demon get in? Reacting to the figure approaching the corner, Namtar lunged at it.
あれ、この声。
Master? The man nearly struck by Namtar's spear was Shin's master and Arya's father, Alberto's. Hold it, Namtar. Stop, stop.
その人敵じゃないよ。私の父さんだから。
The tip of her spear stopped right before it reached Alberto's throat. He gulped as he wiped away his cold sweat.
驚いた。一瞬もうダメかと思った。娘の顔を思い浮かべようとしたら意外とそばにいた。
父さん、こんなところで何をしてたの？
ああ、それはまあ、なんというか、シャマシュに頼まれて試練の仕込みをだね。
I'm not gonna judge you, but that was like I looked over that one and I was like, not interested. I can find it interesting, you know. That's fine. Prepare? Test Zen. Stepping away from Namtar, he adjusted his disheveled clothes and straightened up his appearance. Drop it on your own.
オリジンから話は聞いている。君たちは太陽神との契約に来たのだろう。しかし契約には錬金術師の資質を示す必要がある。
Yes, that's what brings us here too.
では、アルベルタス様も太陽神の試練に協力をしているということでしょうか。
おこがましい話ではあるのだけどね。シャマシュ直々にシンやアリアの死らしい試練をと問われれば応じないわけにはいかないだろう。それで君たちがやってくる前にこの神殿に詰めて試練の準備を進めていたというわけだ。
はあ、そうだったのですね。
Whoever floats your boat, man. Personally, I don't want to smoke my lungs out. I've had enough secondhand smoke. That shit's not fine. That shit sucks.
それでいきなりナムちゃんに見つけられてあの集体じゃかっこつかないけどね。
面目ない。つい準備に熱中して警戒がおろそかになっていたね。まさかもう到着していたなんて。
By his embarrassment, Albertus put his hand over his mouth and coughed. Master, were you that motivated to do this?
張り切りすぎた。何しろ太陽神からのお声がかりだ。それはもう私の全知全能を尽くして試練を用意したとも。実はさっきまで作業をしていてね。いろいろと手を入れたせいで危うく間に合わないところだった。
Relatable? Did you also have like a habit, not necessarily smoking, but did you also have like a habit that was pretty bad and like you had to break out of it or something? I assume like that's kind of the point of the show.
そんなに頑張らなくていいのに。
それで、どういった試練なの？
まあ百聞は一見にしかずだ。
Albertus raised his hand. When his fingers touched the protrusion on the wall, it sunk in without much force and made the wall sink in. Moments later, a dull sound began to echo throughout the temple. I don't remember if I have the school days visual novel. I'm gonna have to check, but I might have it. I'm not sure actually. I probably don't know if I can play that game on stream though. It's probably like a bit harder to play on stream. Is there like a non-R18 version? Although I feel like the non-R18 version would have like way more stuff cut. This is
建造物全体が振動して何らかの機構が作動しているみたいです。
うまく動いてくれたようだね。今神殿の構造を迷宮に組み替えているところだ。
Labyrinth? So the test is
そう、私の用意した迷宮を突破し、神殿の奥にあるシャマシの祭壇にたどり着くことだ。そこにシャマシが待っているからね。
まさか神殿全体を迷宮に作り変えるなんてすごすぎます。ですが望むところですわ。かの名高い三賢人アルベルトスの試練、見事成し遂げてみせましょう。
期待しているよ。言っておくが、これはただの迷宮じゃない。錬金術師としての知識を用いなければ永久にゴールできない仕掛けになっているからね。
Albertus grinned with confidence. It was a test conducted by the sage Albertus of the Foghorn. They all knew this would not be an easy task. But
すまない。ちょっと待ってほしい。エラーが見つかった。
he has an error noise? What? Huh?
ほら、特艦で組んだから迷宮を構築する術式に不具合がね。大丈夫。すぐ直すから。
What? What the fuck? There are glitches in this world, bro. What the fuck? That's too much grass.
やっぱり閉まらないな。よろしかったら手伝いましょうか。
ありがたい申し出だけど、迷宮の仕掛けをこれから解く君たちに見せるわけにはいかないからね。少しの間休んでいてほしい。
Do you not touch grass when you go around and do your job? Like, don't you drive around? Don't you truck? Surely you touch grass when you get off the truck.
はあ、アルベルトス様がそうおっしゃるのでしたら。おやつにしよう。お昼寝するのもいいな。
うん。遠慮なくくつろいでいなさい。
なんだかな。
Yeah, this is weird. Like, we caught him at like a bad time. What the fuck? It was quite surreal. Shin and the others rested while Albertus was setting up the test. As Albertus worked on tweaking the spell, his daughter Arya quietly approached him.
父さん、本当に大丈夫？
アリアか。あまり近づいてはいけないよ。術式を見てしまったら台無しだからね。
覗いたりなんてしないよ。せっかくの試練、ズルしてクリアしても嬉しくないもの。それより父さんのことだから、準備に夢中になってあまり食事とかとってないんじゃないの？
うん。
ほら、サンドイッチ。口開けて、食べさせてあげる。
ああ、すまない。
Doing as he was told, he took a bite out of the sandwich. He kept his hands at work as he munched.
おいしい。アリアの料理を食べるのは久しぶりだな。
シンと二人でどんな生活してるのかずっと心配してたんだから。
まあ なんとかやっていたよ。
He scarfs down the first sandwich and began eyeing for the second one quickly. Arya dutifully brought the sandwich to her father's mouth.
やっぱりお腹空いてたんだ。
迷宮の構築に忙しくて、すっかり忘れていたようだ。
若くないのに無理しちゃって。こんな砂漠の果てまで私たちの試練のためなんて。
Arya's tone sounded genuinely concerned rather than scolding him. Even with the help of the origins, the desert environment was harsh. Arya knew her father would put himself second to fulfill his duty as an alchemist for the sake of others.
ねえ、父さん。
なんだい？
もし私たちが試練を突破して遠征も成功させてね、オブリビオンをどうにかすることができたら、父さんまた一緒に暮らさない？今度は父さんも中央に出てきてさ、王都の外れにでも家を建てて落ち着いて。
アリア。
Berto stopped his work. He shoved the remainder of the sandwich in his mouth and stared into Arya's face.
それもいいかもしれないね。
本当にそう思ってる？
嘘は言わないとも。けれど。
Placing his hand on Arya's head, he smiled faintly and returned to work with a serious expression.
私にもその前になすべきことがある。
父さん。
In the end, it took more than an hour until the trials in the labyrinth were operating normally. An hour? The gang was just there at the entrance for an hour? Okay. 89.8, yeah, 0.4. There's probably... Oh! We can't do any of the farming maps while we're in the desert. Okay. You can only do this one. Interesting.
今回の目的は、しっかり頑張ろう。
We even have like the traps animated here. What the fuck? Okay. Wait, where? I can't even. Oh, there. We're here. Oh, let's go through this labyrinth.
いいものを見つけたようですよ。
There's a lot of one ways. Okay.
これは素晴らしいですね。もう大丈夫だぞ。敵の匂い消えた。よくわかんないけど、これいいものか？
Okay. So right here, there's a talking or dialogue thing here. Then this route. So that's the exit. There's like a one-way here. And there's a one-way here.
Siu, さっきここ通った。
Huh? Really? Namtar tugged on Shin as he stopped. Turning around, he checked with Arya.
回廊を一周しちゃったみたいだね。分岐が複雑でマッピングしきれていないところがあるけど。
Let's trace our steps. I'm sure we may have missed something. Shin urged everyone to go back the way they came.
ねえシン、先ほどから気になっていたのだけど。後ろからこっそりついてきてるのアルベルトス様よね。
Yeah. In the direction where Sala stared was Alberto speaking from behind the pillars. He would poke his head out and look rather hesitant.
どうしたのでしょうか。様子が変ですけど。
Arya, that look on Master's face.
ヒントを言いたくてうずうずしている顔だね。
Back when he studied alchemy under him, he'd seen him act like that. Albertus would give quizzes to them, but enjoy giving them casual clues to help them find answers.
なんていうか、さすが無敵のアルベルトス様ですね。霧の中を進むような錬金術の探求にあって、後進を教え、導く東大のようなお方。それゆえに、無敵の二つ名で呼ばれていたんでしたわね。
それじゃあ迷宮の攻略法もアルベルトスに聞けば教えてもらえるかしら。
It's a test this time, so I doubt he'd give us clues.
言いたくても言えないから、ああやってあそこでそわそわしてるんだよ。
He can't help himself. Well.
なら、力ずくで聞き出すか。あいつ、倒せば進み方わかる。
The fuck, Namtar? Chill out, bro. We're not...
ダメだってナムちゃん、そういう進み方はダメ。
With her spear in hand, Namtar began to charge toward Albertus as Arya quickly tried to pull her back. Not knowing of this commotion, Albertus formed a fist and rooted for them from a distance.
でも、ヒントがあるなら、この迷宮の構造とか分岐に明確な攻略法があるってことですよね。
Yeah. He did say that if we don't have the skills of an alchemist, we won't be able to reach the goal.
だったら、闇雲に動き回るより、何らかの法則性か、道しるべのようなものを見つけ出した方がいいんじゃないでしょうか。
でも急に言われても法則性なんて。
Saulus took a look around the labyrinth with a puzzled expression. Shin followed and eyed the walls and ceilings. Suits. Seems like the walls and ceilings here are made with materials that emit light.
おかげで明かりには困らされずに済んでいるな。さすがは太陽の神殿といったところか。
But doesn't this bother you? Some walls light up and some don't. The brightness varies in certain areas too.
そういう内装なんじゃないの？影も計算に入れて。
Calculate the shadows. There was a flash of inspiration. Shin reached over to his gauntlet and put his plan into action. Arya also lit her ether gear, a spiral circuit to control some spells. Disperse water in the air. Generate heat energy from particle motions in the liquid metal. Spread water vapor into a film.
表面構成、最高フィルター形成、神殿内部の発光現象を恣意的に取捨選択する。
空中の鏡に光が遮られて。
なるほど、そういうことですのね。
With a filter on the luminous walls, the appearance of the passage changed drastically. Instead of the entire area turning dim, the entire structure that was shrouded in the light and shadow became apparent. We thought we were moving on our own will, but we were being lured by the light. The distance and solidness were all an illusion.
見ろ、あそこ。今まで影だと思っていたところに道が。
Seems like your point of view is correct. Peering over, they spotted Master Albertos nodding firmly with his arms crossed. They all exchanged glances as they continued their way to the new route. Anyway, we're still gonna, try every time here. We're gonna go around. Let's see. I think we start with this way.
ここなら安心ですね。これはいいものですね。素晴らしい戦いでしたよ。
お、見つけた。
私の独壇場ですわ。よくわかんないけど、これいいものか？
Oh, she also has like the attack twice thing. Okay.
当然の結果というものですわね。
Nice. More fairy butterfly wings. So this is where you would enter from the other side.
有効活用するとしましょう。当然の結果というものですわね。頑張ったご褒美はお菓子がいいな。
Like out of MP.
当然の結果とい
I
うも
need
の
to
で
get
すわ
to
ね。
bonfire. There even is. Okay, I think I saw one.
これは素晴らしいで
Yeah,
すね。
this one here.
ここなら安心ですね。
Oops.
よし、この調子でいこう。
いいものを見つけたようですよ。なんか拾ったぞ。僕たちの勝利ですね。
And this is where we would have gone if we went up first time.
お、見つけた。
Making sure I grab all the materials.
素晴らしい戦いでしたよ。私を満足させるものかしら。
Also saves me time off stream so I don't have to like farm that much. Because there might be a new farming map after this.
The 錬金術の奥義は戦いにも通じているんだ。
ですわね。
Okay, I think that's all the nodes.
お腹ペコペコだぞ。
So I can go for the exit now. Several hours passed since they began exploring the labyrinth. Exhaustion began to build within the group. Their destination was the central altar where Shamash was waiting, but before they can reach it, they were forced to take a break.
光の調節によって新たな通路が現れるって分かったのはいいけど、
分岐が多すぎますわ。神殿内に網の目のように通路が張り巡らされていて、キリがありませんの。
Perhaps we may need to think of another idea.
この迷宮にまだ何か秘密があると言いますの？
This is the temple of Shamash, the origin of the sun. She symbolizes the light that illuminates Sozie. But for some reason we made it this far by blocking the light. Maybe that's why we wandered into a dead end.
でも神殿の光に頼ってしまったら、また策士の罠によって誘導されてしまうんじゃないですか？
Well, that's true, but... Jin put his hand on his head and groans. He couldn't help but think that Master Alberto's had something else up his sleeve.
シン、ちょっと気になったのだけど。
What's wrong, Henry?
あそこ、あの穴なんだと思う？
Hole? He shifted his gaze toward the direction Henry pointed and spotted a small hole in the corner of the wall. It was a few meters above Shin's head, at a pretty high position. The hole was small enough for a mouse to fit, but it was in a neat arch shape, and it seemed like it was intentionally placed there.
最高用の窓ではなくて？自然発光する壁があるのに？それに位置が不自然なの。あっちにもあるし。
Wait. Hold on. Once again, Shin carefully examined the insides of the labyrinth. The small holes that Henry pointed out were arranged high up in the passageway. They didn't seem to have any regularity to them, and were randomly placed. This may be why they never noticed it until now. Arya, can you output the map data?
できるけど、ちょっと待って。
Arya held up her spiral circuit and projected a three-dimensional map of the labyrinth's interior in the air. I see. Wait, so that means...
シン、何か分かったの？
おい、わかるように説明しろ。
What Celis was saying is right. That hole is probably there to let light in.
光を？でも。
Friend was about to say something, but Shin quickly halted him. We were so distracted by the light from the walls that we overlooked an important fact. In this Temple of the Sun, there is another light source that is more important.
重要な光源？もしかして祭壇の疑似太陽のことを言っていますか？
Yes. Instead of being distracted by the luminescence from the walls and focus on the light source from the altar, we shouldn't get lost.
だがそれらしい光など。
Sasha must have noticed and turned her gaze toward him. Shin nodded in response. My theory is right. Matsuna, can you lend me one of your smoke signals?
パステルスモークのことですわね。神殿の中で使うつもりですの？
Just watch. Shin burned the smoke and shifted it so it would rise up toward the small holes that Henry pointed out. Then...
光が光って浮かび上がったぞ。
Smoke is diffusing the rays. The sun that blessed the land isn't always the light we can see. Like infrared rays, there are some lights we cannot see without special conditions.
さすがシンくんですね。よく気がつきました。
No, it was Henry who noticed, and Sal's words became a clue.
私のカリーナなら赤外線スコープの機能がありますわ。光の追跡ならお任せですわよ。
Alright, let's resume our search. I'm sure the goal of the labyrinth is beyond the rays of light. We'll reach the altar now for sure. With confidence, Shin called out to his friends. .2, so that was still like 0.4%. Fuck. The sun god. 5 main origins. Shanos, the god of the sun, is about to show her true form.
何が起きても慌てずに落ち着いていこう。
もう大丈夫だぞ。敵の匂い消えた。ここには何かあるようですね。この勝利がさらなる高みに導いてくれます。無事でよかったです。一休みしていきましょうか。
What the? This is not a. I think the TV can handle it. Yeah, please leave it on. Oh, I don't have to manual this, I think. Suddenly a sphinx. Suddenly a sphinx.
有効活用するとしましょう。
Another Horn of Crimson Blaze. That's gonna be helpful.
Suddenly 私を満足させるものかしら。やった！僕たちの勝利ですね。この勝利がさらなる高みに導いてくれます。私を満足させるものかしら。
Let's see. So we came from here. The exit is over here, but there's another path on this side. So this one comes from here. And there's a chest over here. This is the lock area. Has like a bunch of chests. So if I go this way, we end up on this side, then I can go back down here to the chests. Okay. Okay, we might have to heal first.
ここで体を休めよう。
Let me just go back this way.
有効活用するとしましょう。
錬金術の奥義は戦いにも通じているんだ。
これはいいものですね。
よし、この調子でいこう。
少し休憩しましょう。お茶はどうですか？
やった。
嬉しいです。
It's a lot of gems.
なんか拾った
It's a lot of Heliodor, which I'm probably just gonna craft into rubies. Okay, that's everything. Let's go finish this. Following a single thin ray of light, they ran through the labyrinth. They passed through many corridors and repeatedly went up and down different floors. Finally, they figured out the trick to a hidden passage and were able to open a route to the center of the temple.
ここが神殿の祭壇。
Where's Shamash? She should be here.
ここです。
From the shadows of the altar, the girl in a priestess outfit hesitantly stepped forth. Shamash.
みんな、よくここまで来ましたね。迷宮の試練に苦労したようですが、あなたたちは見事、英知を示しました。アルベルトス、試練の突破、文句はありませんね。
私も影から見守っていたが、彼らは自らの力で迷宮の謎を解いてみせた。
父さん！
Albertus showed himself as he stepped out of the passageway they came from. He was beaming with a smile, looking very satisfied.
苦労して迷宮を構築した甲斐があるというものだ。簡単に解かれたりしたらどうしようかと。
言っておきますが、あの演出のまでに巧妙な仕掛けは私の考えたものではありませんからね。あくまでアルベルトスの考案ですから。
Okay. She claimed that Albertus was the one who proposed the complex labyrinth construction. She didn't get quite obsessed, so he somewhat understood his master's odd fixation. Well, with that aside, will you form a contract with me?
それは。
We accomplished the trials of the labyrinth. Does that mean we are eligible to make a contract with the god of the sun?
それは。
So bright.
いきなりシャマシ様が光って。
シン、今のはちょっとデリカシーがなかったね。
Master? What do you mean?
これまで治水化風のオリジンと契約してきた君なら、その方法は心得ているはずだろう。
How it's done? Oh, the contracts with the other origins flashed in Shin's mind.
そんな単刀直入に切り込んでは、シャマシュが赤面するのも無理はない。ここはもっと紳士的にだね。
アルベルトス、余計なことは言わなくていいんです。
Past the bright light, there was a sign of something large moving. A gust of hot wind blew as strong flapping was heard.
試練です。錬金術師。見事このシャマシを倒してみせなさい。試練は終わったんじゃ。迷宮の試練はアルベルタスの用意したいわば前座。本番はこの私シャマシとの戦いですよ。そんな。
どうやらやるしかないようだな。
The light finally dimmed as a massive bird emitting divine light descended. Seeing Shamash was serious, they all got into a battle stance.
さあ、英知に伴うだけの力を私に見せなさい。シンパルト。
That is what you wish. I'll do this. Okay. She's probably... Yep, immune to light. Great. Weak to only dark... Yeah, only darkness. Okay, we barely have anyone who has dark in our team. Oh no. What else is... She's resistant... So, immune to light, resistant to wind, water, and fire. Normal response to earth and physical. Weak to dark. I should get one. Start posing. Get a mirror, start posing, man. I think we want to save... Oh, actually, I guess I can use Infinite Roll now. And then I think we do Twin Shadow Performance first on Friend. Let's do Break Sign to raise everyone's attack power, and then we can do Cross Vanish on Mantar. Shot. Let's see. Wait. Miss Sonia's screwed. All of her attacks are like... She has 2 light attacks. I have to wait until her SP gauge is full. Crap. Okay. Insight. I guess we can do Harpoon Hole. Let's try Hard Impact again. Pray for Paralyze. And then... Piercing Blade. Nice, we proc the Paralyze there. She can attack through? Okay, never mind. I thought she... I thought we already paralyzed her. She just attacked late. Chain Blade. And then... Okay, you don't have Twin Shadow Performance anymore. So... I think we hold. Just attack. And then... we do Shooting Star. We might need a heal. And also probably a defense effect. Actually, I think we do Temporal Spell. Actually. Just do attack. And then let's have Sonya be the one to heal, since she has like more mana. Then we'll do another Harpoon Hold. Keep attacking. Okay, we can finish it here.
Battle Arm 冷凍弾送電フレーズ。
カリーナ、回転剣舞ですわ。
The onslaught by his friends crushed Shamash's stance. Planning to follow up on his attacks, Shin prepared to strike. But before he could do so, Shamash flapped her wings and sent heat waves toward them. She soared above the altar while keeping a distance. Damn, we couldn't stop her in time.
押してきてはいますけれど、決め手にかけますわね。
Shamash had flying weapons that shoot laser beams and has wings that allowed her to fly freely. Shin and his friends were working together to bring the battle to an equal state, but they couldn't seem to catch the right moment to turn the tables.
まどろっこしいな。いつまでそんな手こずってんだよ、シン。
That voice. A voice rang in Shin's mind. Surprised, Shin paused for a moment. Mardok?
俺だけじゃねえぜ。ティアマトもキュベもアプスーもいる。いつだってお前らを見守ってるぜ。マルちゃん。
You can hear her too?
私にも聞こえる。この感じ、真の賢者の石を通して繋がっているんだわ。
そういうことよ。それが資源のエレメントを集める意味。
分かったら僕たちの力を使うんだ。シャマシュに勝つにはエレメントを使いこなすしかないからね。
今のお主たちならそれができるということじゃな。
Apsu, Tiamat, Kibe. Shin unconsciously held his chest. He can feel the unprecedented power surging into the Philosopher's Stone. It wasn't like the destructive impulse that comes from the corruption. It was stronger than that and yet reassuring and pleasing. Henry, Arya, Celis, let's do this. Unleash the power of the elements.
了解なの。任せて。賢者の石の波動が私たちを強くする。
To Shin's voice, they all responded immediately.
宿れ資源の水のエレメント無限楼閣。
Henry raised both her hands and deployed a wide net. The mesh of the net was covered with a film of water that shot out an infinite amount of bubbles.
無限楼閣のシャボンがシャマシュの熱戦を無効化する。てやー。
The bubbles that evaporated in Shamash's heat waves formed a mist in the area that served as a deflective cloud that lowered the power of Shamash's lasers. Shamash's powerful attacks were efficiently blocked with Henry controlling her net as she read her movements.
次は私ね。うなれ資源の風のエレメント真空烈人。
A whirlwind erupted under Shamash. The tornado swept up the rings of fire protecting Shamash, creating a vacuum center. Shamash squirmed with her wings spread and crashed onto the floor by the altar.
セレス、今よ。動きを封じるチャンス。怒れ資源の血のエレメント爆弾ショー。
With a shout, Celis struck her rapier into the ground. At the same time, the earth rose with a loud rumble. The uplift headed straight toward the fallen Shamash, and with a loud explosive sound, a massive pillar struck out into the air. The pillar branched out and dug into Shamash, trapping her movement.
シン、決めて。
Alright, leave the rest to me.
気をつけて、シン。シャマシュはまだ力を残してるの。
The gem on Shamash's chest glowed brightly. The light contained heat and melted the stone pillar at an extremely high temperature, and even seared Shin as he tried to get closer. Cool.
シンさん。
Oil, primordial element of fire. Release. Divine Iron Furnace. His gauntlet turned red hot. The inside of his ether gear became a furnace that forges liquid metal as it embedded spells into its mold. During this time, Shin had forgotten about the heat. As he focused on refining the blade to defeat the origin, 1 second felt 10 times longer. Collect the primordial elements and bring forth reason. That is the essence of alchemy. This blade is made to transcend the limits of the human body. He raised the blade. Just that was enough to stir the air. Strong heat waves made the blade burn even brighter. Ah!
決まったか。
光が薄れて。シンさんは？シャマシュは？あそこ、立っています。
The brightness of the sun faded. The massive bird, Shamash, remained laying by the altar as Shin pointed his blade toward the gem on her chest.
見事です、シン。私の負けですね。
It was thanks to the origins who lent me their strength. I don't think I could have won on my own.
それがエレメントを一つにするということです。私たちはあなたがそうできるようになってほしいと思っていました。
So this is what the test was for? The blade didn't harm her gem and simply stopped right before it touched. Shin laughed as he withdrew his sword. Shamash's main body flew away as her youthful avatar was left behind.
よくやったね、シン。皆も。我らの試練を乗り越え、君たちは資格を得た。
私の太陽のエレメントも受け取ってください、シン。
Ah, yeah. Thanks, Shamash. Shin nodded as he offered his hand to Shamash. But...
私なんて恥ずかしいことを。
Oh, that's right. Okay, we're getting... It's a lot of flashbacks today. Returning to her normal self, Shamash turned bright red. The bright light she emitted blinded Shin's eyes. As he covered his eyes with his hands, Shin attempted to speak to Shamash. Are you possibly bothered by the way to form the contract?
そんなこと、ここで話せるわけないじゃないですか。こうなったら、来てください。
Wait, don't pull... Just as she pulled on his arm, Shin felt as if he was released from gravity and began floating. Soon after, the light faded.
あら？シンは？シャマシュ様もいませんわ？
どこ行った？
心配はいらないよ、みんな。
アルベルタス様、シン君たちの居場所を知ってるんですか？
うん、まあ。これから契約のための大事な儀式があるんだ。だから、邪魔しないようにね。
Albertus answered with a wry smile. The young girl was standing on a dune, gazing down at the desert. Crouching down, she scooped up the sand by her feet. The sand slipped between her fingers and was blown away by the arid wind.
この地に種をまいても植物は育たぬ。緑を取り戻すには、我の力をもってしても長い長い時がかかる。小僧たちが祖師を守れねば、どの道すべては無に帰す定め。そうなってほしくはないがのう。
After muttering to herself, Kibe slowly turned around. Beyond her gaze was a gray shadow. Kibe spoke to the ghostly figure that was almost like an omen taking form.
はるばる来てもらって悪いが、ここから先は通行止めじゃぞ。
お酒疑心。貴様の許しなぞいらんわい。
私は真に用があるの。通らせてもらうわ。
理解しておらんようじゃな。生かしては返さぬと言うたつもりであったが。
His back healed more than his back healed, man. Like, I'm pretty sure it wasn't just his back that was broken that last time. This guy came back from death like multiple times already at this point. A pillar of sand suddenly rose from beneath the dunes behind Kibe. At his age, only black matters. The ground shifted as if it were exploding, and a massive body emerged from the crater.
本体を地中に隠し待ち伏せておったか。
覚悟するがよい。ここであったが100年目じゃ。
面白いわね。けれどいいのかしら。あなたがここで力を使えば、あなたの大事なオアシスはどうなるでしょうね。
なんじゃと。
つまらぬ心配じゃのう。あんな猫の額のごとき箱には天秤にかける価値などあるまいって。
Surrounded by black dust, Cinderella approached Kibe, who stepped back while plotting her main body. That was when an unbelievable tremor shook the temple, making it hard for Arya and the others to remain standing by the altar.
何？地震？強いわよ。フレン、こっちへ。姉さん。
Maltina ducked low as she wrapped her arms around Friend's head. Even so, the shaking would not stop and was only getting worse. The walls of the temple began to creak as fragments began to fall from above.
崩れる。
アリア、危ない。
Albertus shoved Arya away. Building blocks from the temple rained from above.
大丈夫だ。これ式でやられはしない。
Right before he was crushed by the blocks, Albertus activated his ether gear. By controlling the air currents, he eased the momentum of the fall and avoided the direct hit.
でも一体何が。
みんな上を見ろ。
あれは。
Kibe just lost like that? What the?
過信か。
A part of the temple ceiling crumbled from the earthquake. From the cracks peered an eye with a monstrous glow. I'm not sure how much damage there was, but if that earthquake was caused by that huge god, it must have an enormous body.
キュベ。
キューベってそんな酷化してしまったの。
気をつけろ。まだ何か降りてくるぞ。
From the crack created by Kibe, several humanoid shadows descended from above.
ドール。カイマの規制型か。
まだこんなに残っていたんですの。
当選するぞ。戦闘態勢。
Dolls fired at them as they descended. Arya and the others quickly spread out as Sasha and Fen attempted to counterattack.
こいつな。撃ち落としてやる。
策略式だが。
Several dolls were shot down by their attacks. However, more dolls continued to fall as they gathered enough forces to conquer the altar.
この影縛り。おいたは良くないわね。銃なの坊や。
Kunai blades friend through were flicked away by Cinderella's bat wings. Cinderella gradually descended after the dolls.
はいかぶり姫、こんなところまで仕掛けてくるなんて。ずるい。私たちがあんなに苦労した迷宮の仕掛けをぶち抜いてくるなんて。それはごめんなさい。疑心の試練に付き合う理由なんてみじんもなかったものだから。それにしてもおかしなものね。あなたたちに会うのはこれでもう何度目かしら。触れれば灰にしてしまうこの身で腐れ縁だなんて。けれどそれも終わりかしら。キュベは家臣に落とした。あとは教会のアスタルテをどかせばこのソシエもおしまい。そんなことさせない。ソシエの平和はこれ以上誰にも侵させはしない。
海になぞ止められるものかよ。
Voice rang from above. After a short pause, Kibe vibrated again as Celis lost her posture.
この声、アグリッパ。アグリ ッタがキュベを操っているの？
気をつけろ。ぐらぐら足取られてたらあいつが。
While everyone's attention was fixed on Agrippa, Cinderella began to move. Namta reacted instantly and tried to block her.
あの野良犬がよく懐いたものね。相入れない存在同士も。あなた、なんだかイラつくわ。
Namtar was blasted away by Cinderella's powerful blow. She bounced off the walls and floor before rolling onto temple floor.
一人一人なぶり殺しにしてあげる。シンがいないのは好都合ね。戻ってきた時、あなたたちの死体を見たら、彼どんな顔をするかしら。
アイカブリ姫、お前にそんな強行を許すわけにはいかない。お前にだけは。
Yeah, Kiba is already eclipsed. She's the big eclipsed turtle that was showing up earlier.
アルベルトス、あなたもいたのね。ちょうどいいわ。目障りの賢者。ここで灰となりなさい。
いかん、気をつけよコルネリア。あやつだけは要注意じゃ。
That was fast. I have a feeling like as soon as actually yeah, that was pretty fast because I don't know the timing of like how long their fight was compared to like how long they were waiting for Shin to finish the ritual for the contract. Right as Albertus placed his hand on the spiral circuit on his arm, the altar mechanics that was linked with it activated. The light resources stored in the temple ran along the geometric lines and gathered into the artificial sun gem.
まずい。あやつを殺せコルネリア。最優先に。
遅い。ソルインシデレーション。
Light overflowed and flooded out from the gem. Facing the light directly, Cinderella let out a chilling shriek. The dust particles were decomposed by the light and her body was burning and crumbling.
破壊者め、私たちが貴様らの乱入を予想していないとでも思っていたか。私は迷宮構築のためこの神殿の管理者権限を与えられている。それを応用すればこの程度の芸当は可能だ。
やめろやめろやめろやめろやめろ。
Yeah, so that's Kibe right now. Kibe began to thrash as if she was throwing a tantrum. The rubble from the ceiling began to fall as cracks appeared all over. Even so, Albertus did not stop shining the light at her. Without hesitation, he continued to incinerate Cinderella.
いける。あの人型カイマを今度こそ。
皆さん、ドールをアルベルトス様に近づけてはなりませんわ。私たちであの方を守るのです。
やめろ。ダメだ、それだけは。アルベルタス貴様、コルネリアを本気で殺すつもりか。知っているぞ貴様。コルネリアに惚れておったじゃろ。それを。
What? Okay, so that's a twist. So Cornelia was supposed to be his wife or something? What the fuck?
黙れ。コルネリアはあの時とうに死んだ。
The race Cinderella sounds kind of interesting. I mean, he is blasting her with like the might of the sun. Literally blasting her with the sun itself. So I don't. It's pretty accurate.
違う。コルネリアはそこにおるんじゃ。 じゃというのに貴様は。けど大祖の犬めら、貴様のエゴでアリアの母親を手にかけるというのか。
Wait, that just was a tiny opening. Albertus was trying to carry out the execution calmly. The light from the gem did not cease. However, a faint shadow began to form within the light. As Alberto's concentration wavered for a moment, the glow from the artificial sun weakened. Are you serious? Use sunscreen salt? I don't know if ash demons can use sunscreen. Cinderella didn't miss that small opportunity. Using her almost vindictive moves, she quickly flipped over.
ハイカブリ姫から触手が伸びて舐めてるよ。
Her tentacle coiled around Namtar's legs while she was lying on the floor. Despite being injured, she used great agility to pull her up and drag her into the rays of light. Namtar began to scream next.
舐めてる。いけませんわ。あの子もカイマなら光の影響。
Melt everything?
父さん、やめて。このままじゃダブちゃんまで死んじゃう。
Albertus let out a painful grunt. Gritting his teeth, he turned his gaze from Arya to Cinderella. He then withdrew his hand from the spiral circuit. The light from the artificial sun stopped. Cinderella ripped open the vanishing film of light as she drew her blade. That was when Albertus was filled with emptiness after using the grand scale spell. Compared to the enraged Cinderella, he was too late to defend her slash. The moment the blade swung down, Arya covered her face with her hands. And then... Cinderella, I won't let you kill my master. Shin stopped Cinderella's blade with his gauntlet. He quietly glared at the surprised and startled opponent.
Shin, シャマシとの契約は終わったか?
They had to do it quickly. Yes, thanks for waiting. But now the element of light is in me. Cinderella, I think I understand your loneliness, but I can't agree with your obsession to take Sosie with you.
Shin! 手に入らないのなら、せめてあなたの賢者の石だけは。
Cinderella's hair began to rustle. The tufts of hair transformed into a blade-like whip and swung around Shin's neck. Shin randomly grabbed the tentacle whip with his bare hand. Even with the blade against his neck, Shin kept a cool expression. Keeping his eyes locked on Cinderella, he used the elements in the Philosopher's Stone and quickly executed the spell. Dust Particle Sublimation.
真の手の中でハイカブリ姫の触手が分解しましたわ。すごいです。有機物を侵食するダストを逆に消滅させるなんて。
違うの、今までの神道。これが資源のエレメントを束ねた賢者の石の進化。
そんな、なんてこと。この私が消されるなんて。
Cinderella began trembling. As an ash demon that turned many things into dust with her hands, being the one decomposed instead was an unbelievable scenario.
コルネリア、ここは退け、退くのじゃ。
退く？神を、賢者の意志を前にしながら。
こちらには家臣区別があるのじゃ。チャンスはある。いやさ、奴らなぜ放っておいても アスタルテさえ葬れば我らの勝ちじゃて。
Cinderella grit her teeth but began to prepare for the retreat. She extended her hair tentacles above her head as she attempted to flee from the hole broken open by Kibe.
逃がすか。邪魔をするな。ドール、緊急コード、自爆実行。
The dolls remaining near the altar began to explode one after another. Blocking the attacks with explosions, Cinderella retreated with ease. We're getting a lot of flashbacks today, I'm sorry.
少しのところで。
あそこまで追い詰めて逃がすなんて悔しいですわ。エンリ、あなたなら捕らえられたのではなくて？
それは
With a worried expression, Henry furrowed her brows before shifting her gaze to Arya.
アグリッパが気になることを言っていたの。ハイカブリ姫がアリアのお母さんだって。
話を聞かせてもらえる？父さん。
Okay, so we know that Arya is also adopted by Alberto's, but does this mean Cornelia is like her actual mother, or would have been her mother if Alberto's and Cornelia were like in love or something? It was Shin's first time hearing Arya's tone being surprisingly stiff. Long ago, before the Cagliostro Academy of Magic was established near the capital, alchemy research in the kingdom was conducted by an organization called the Faust Organization, which later became the foundation for the academy. Alchemy was the divine work of the Apostle Hermes. To revive the secrets in the modern age was essentially a challenge to the gods. They researched relentlessly. At times they would compete and cooperate to give new life to the lost system of alchemy. It was the Restoration era of alchemy. The three alchemists with the most remarkable achievements came to be known as the Three Sages.
何をしていたのあなた？
ジューマの培養液の調整をね。アルベルトスの術式は本当に優秀だ。おかげで管理がだいぶ楽になったよ。
あらあら、あなたったらまたそんな。ねえ、そっちに行ってもいい？
Wait, so Cornelia and Nicola, who's Agrippa, are the ones who are together? And then Alberto's light Cornelia is that? Wait, what the fuck?
それは構わないけど、おっと。
Wait, does that mean that Arya's actual dad is... Nicholas seemed surprised at his wife, who suddenly plopped on his... What the fu- Wait, what the... What do you mean? Oh shit. So Alberto's adopted Arya, but Arya's parents were actually the destroyers? What the fuck? Bro! Holy I did not see this coming. What the fuck? Holding the test tube, he made sure the contents didn't spill before repositioning himself on the couch so she could sit more comfortably.
どうしたんだい急に。
だってあなたがジューマにばかり夢中になっているんだもの。もうすぐこの子が生まれるのに、霊種のニコラは試験管の中の子の方が大事みたい。
まさか。君と君のお腹の子のことは何よりも大切に思っているさ。
本当に？
もちろん。いいかい？僕の研究は君たちの未来のためだ。研究一筋だった僕にそう思わせてくれたのは君なんだから。
He spent 10 whole years devoting his life to studies. Nicola was known to be eccentric and strange, though after meeting many others who shared the same values, he managed to obtain the title of sage. Excelling more than anyone else in the field of demon partners, people began referring to him as the Commander, as his alternate title among the three sages. But for Nicola, the most important thing was not the praises from people, but one woman. Cornelia was Nicola's colleague in the organization. She transferred to be Nicola's assistant and became close in both their public and private life.
やっぱり行くのね。阻止への果て。
生まれてくる子にダストに怯えなくて済む世界を残したい。僕の世代でできなくても、せめて未来につなげたいんだ。
もちろん私もついていくわよ。
本気かい？
あなたの助手だもの。
でもお腹の子は。
出発は予定日の後でしょ。機関にも相談して預かってもらう段取りはつけてあるの。
だけど。
Cornelia sealed his words of refusal with her finger against his lips.
確かに母親としては褒められた選択ではないかもしれないわ。けれど行きたい。これは私のエゴなの。最愛の人が死地に赴こうとしている。それも私たちの未来のため。だったら隣を歩むのが私の願いよ。
コルネリア。
Calling his wife's name, Nicola placed his hand on top of hers. He felt her warmth from her fingers. Right now there are two lives in his arms. Love began to surge in him. With her, he felt nothing was impossible.
わかったよ。オーズに行くなら君も一緒だ。
本当？後でやっぱりダメだなんて言っても聞かないわよ。
君は一度言い出したら聞かないからな。でも大丈夫だ。僕たちでこの未来を守りに行こ
う。ええ。愛してるわ、あなた。
And then the two kissed. During this time, Nicola strongly believed in a future where the threat of dust can be eliminated by the secrets of alchemy. Little did he know what sacrifices he'd have to make to achieve that. He was unaware of the cruel truth of ore. 5 months later, they left their newborn daughter, Arya, behind and set out to the edge of Sosie. Was it 5 months later? Okay. Newborn. Okay. He thought it was a light nap, but when he woke up, the darkness of night covered the area. Agrippa's eyes creepily squirmed under his mask as he caught the sight of Cinderella sleeping behind him and let out a sigh of relief.
容体は安定したようじゃな。
Reaching over, he paused right before his fingers met her cheek. His fingers were like withered wood, rotten and dull beyond recognition in comparison to the Nicola in the dream. With these hands, he can't even touch his wife. Just that thought was enough for the rage to build up inside.
我ではお主と共に歩むことはできん。この体が持つのもあとわずかじゃ。賢者の石ならあるいはと思った。しかし憎悪に魂を捧げた我が未来を考えるなぞ。やはり未練じゃよの。
Across his mind was the boy's ability to use the Philosopher's Stone. With a single touch, Shin could extinguish an ash demon. To be Cinderella's companion, Agrippa lusted for that so desperately, and yet that boy rejected it. That only erupted an unbelievable amount of rage and hatred inside.
かくなる上は。
Agrippa laughed, his teeth chattering from hatred and his bony figure creaking.
我が魂魄尽き果てる前にこの偽りの世界に引導をくれてやる。
Agrippa raised the skull-shaped ash furnace. The dust rising from the empty eye sockets were repairing Cinderella's body while it steadily ate away the destroyer's remaining life. Meanwhile, Shin was caring for Namtar, who was also burned by the sun's rays like Cinderella. He applied the burn ointment similar to the one for humans. Using the power of the corruption, he enhanced her natural healing power. He wasn't sure how effective it was for ash demons, but Namtar seemed to be comfortably resting on Shin's lap. She's sleeping well. I guess this should be fine. After placing his hand on her cheek, Namtar nuzzled affectionately.
ちょっと羨ましい。ですわね。
These two.
なんでもありませんわ。それより。
Martina quickly turned to the side and eyed Arya.
ナムタルのこともそうですが、アリアさんを気遣ってあげた方がいいのではなくて？アルベルトス様からあんな話を聞かされては、とても冷静ではいられないでしょ？
Well, yeah. The destroyer Agrippa and Cinderella were her real father and mother. Being told the shocking truth must be unbearable. Shin gently rested Namtar's head on some folded clothes. He then tried to approach Arya, who had her back turned toward them.
私なら大丈夫だよ、シン。
Arya?
アグリッパとハイカブリ姫の正体がどうあれ、あの二人がソシエに滅びをもたらそうとする破壊者には変わりないもの。私は断りを守る錬金術師だから、相手がたとえ私の両親だとしてもためらったりしない。私の父さんはここにいる父さんだけだから、戦うよ。
With that all said, Arya turned to Albertus with an accusing look.
でもひどいな。こんな大事なこと黙ってるなんて。
すまなかった。お前を傷つけたくなかったんだ。この世には知らない方がいい真実もある。
錬金術師は真理を探求するもの。そう言ったのは父さんだよ。見くびらないでよね。無敵のアルベルトスの娘はそんなに弱くないんだから。
本当に強くなったな。
Arya's expression was cheerful, but she must be forcing herself. Shin decided to ask another question to his master on her behalf. Did Nicola the commander become the destroyer Agrippa because his wife became an ash demon? They set out to the edge of Socia just as we are doing now. You were with them on that journey, am I right?
そうだ。私たちは良き友だった。共に砂漠を越え、オーズの真実を求めた。
その旅の途上、ニコラ様の奥様が人家に侵された。
私は止めたんだ。あの時、まるで私たちの行く手を阻むようにダストの嵐が吹き荒れていた。あの嵐の中を進むのは無謀だと。しかしニコラは諦めなかった。そして夫を一人で行かせるわけにはいかないと、コルネリアも。
なんだか似ています。私とフランス先生の時と。
The desert of death sifted through the alchemists who go on the pilgrimage. Many became victims of the dust or were forced to give up. Perhaps experiences like Mazarabaltos and Miss Sonia have been repeated many times in the history of Arceus.
私は二人の帰りを待った。しかし約束の期日が来ても彼らは戻ってこなかったのだ。そのうち食料が尽きて断念せざるを得なかった。私はオートに戻りアリアを引き取ることに決めた。彼らが戻ってくる日までせめて二人の娘を育てようと。しばらく経って錬金術を悪用する破壊者の噂を聞いた。使う術式の傾向からまさかと思ったが信じたくなかった。 破壊者アグリッパの正体が我が友ニコラだと確信を持ったのは最近になってからだ。
Is that what happened?
今だから言うが、私はフィールドワークと称してお前やアリアを連れていた時も破壊者の動向を探っていた。そしてあの日、シンを拾ったのも破壊者を追っていた時だった。
Wait, so that means... Shin was shocked at what Albertos was hinting at.
そうだ、シン。君の故郷を襲った侵食現象は破壊者が引き起こしたものだ。少なくとも奴が侵食を拡大させた。
そんな。
Shin couldn't help but look at Namtar, who was still asleep. Anna. If his younger sister didn't fall victim to the dust, she would have grown just like Namtar. Not just her, Shin lost way too many things due to that sudden disaster.
憎いだろう、アグリッパが。そして奴の強行を止められなかった不甲斐ない私のことが。
No, Master. I'm the one who's unworthy. On that day, I let go of Anna's hand. Since then, I've always regretted it, and I've always wanted to become stronger. I didn't want anyone else to experience what I did. This is why I pursued becoming an alchemist. You were the one who showed me the way, Master.
シン。
So instead of hatred or resentment, how do you say it? I feel sad. I bet Nicola and Cornelia had the same ideas as us. They searched for the truth for the people and for the future of Socia, which is why I don't understand why they'd be so twisted like that.
シン君は霊種のニコラが破壊者アグリッパになった理由が気になっているんですね。
最愛の妻コルネリアがカイマになった。だからニコラも道を踏み外したのでは。
けれど娘のアリアもいるのにソシエを滅ぼそうなんて。ごめんなさい。気にしないで、エンリちゃん。シンの言いたいこともわかるよ。ニコラ、アグリッパがソシエの果てで何を見たのか、だよね。
Arya did not sound like she respected her real father at all. On top of that, she nodded to Shin with a serious expression.
ソシエの果てにニコラを破壊者に変えるほどの何かがあるとしたら。
Maybe our final task could be to overcome that.
ソシエを守護する錬金術師が自分の生き方の全てを否定するほどの何か。そう聞くと恐ろしいですね。一体何が。
みんな推論をするのも結構だが、今はそれより優先すべきことがあるのではないか。破壊者と酷化させられたキュベを放っておくわけにはいかん。すぐに追いかけなければ。
そうでしたわね。あの者たちを教会に行かせてはなりませんわ。
With Sasha's advice, they all turned their attention back to the matters at hand. They all looked at each other and discussed what to do next.
今更だけど、さっき神殿の天井を崩した家臣はキュベ様で間違いないの？
由々しきことだがね。私がキュベのことを間違えるはずがない。姿は変わっていたもあれは地のオリジン、キュベだ。
どうしてあのキュベ様がたやすく酷化させられるなんて。
キュベは死の砂漠を広げないために相当量のダストを引き受けていた。破壊者はそれを逆手に取ったのだろう。
キュベ様は大地を守ろうとして家臣に落とされた。
Then it's our turn next to save her. She's been protecting us all this time, so we better purify Kibe.
ソシエの果てに行くにはオリジンのエレメントが必要なの。キュベだけ書いてるわけにはいかないわ。
幸いというか、キュベはあの巨体だ。移動には時間がかかる。今の君たちなら破壊者を追えるだろう。私。
Oops. Sorry. It's reassuring to have you with us, Master.
破壊者との決着はつけねばならないからね。
無理しないでね、父さん。
お互いにね、アリア。 私たちの因縁を君が背負うことはないのだから。
Father and daughter encouraged each other while taking each other's feelings into consideration. The group then proceeded to prepare and replenish their supplies in the temple. Well, that was quite a bombshell. Arya's parents are the destroyers. Holy sh! I really did not see that coming at all. What the fuck? I lost 0.2% progress? What the okay. I don't know the math behind that, why our progress went down, but sure, okay. There's probably quite a bit more story to come, so we're not gonna go over time just yet. When we come back next week, we'll try and continue the Tower in the Sand. I imagine the plan is they're gonna save Kibe first before they go into... Well, they're gonna save Kibe, and probably they're gonna have like one final confrontation with... I'm guessing just Cornelia or Cinderella. Since I think Agrippa may have just sacrificed the rest of his life. And then after that final confrontation, it's gonna be going to the original workshop of the Apostle, and then heading over to where Astarte is. How's negative progress possible? I don't know, man. You tell me. I don't know why the game said, like, oh, you lost 0.2%. I can't explain that. But yeah, anyway, we have a few things left on the main agenda, on the main story's agenda, it seems like. So when we come back next week, we'll continue. Then depending on like the progress after, we'll see if I go overtime next week to try and finish the game or not. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today. Man, that was very unexpected twist. Here's something of that last time. I don't know. This is my first time playing the game, so I have like no clue how much longer the game's gonna be for. I'm kind of just going on assumptions based on like the pace of the story itself, and like from what I understand, right? We have to purify Kibe. We're probably gonna have to face Cornelia. Agrippa is probably close to dead because Agrippa, in that last scene, Agrippa just gave the rest of his power to heal Cornelia. So that's probably like the last time we're gonna see them, possibly. I'm guessing. And then after purifying Kibe and dealing with Cornelia, they have to go to Hermes' workshop, the Apostles' workshop, and then they have to go to Astarte to deal with the cocoon, right? Like that's like they've laid out all of the things we have to do. So I am just kind of assuming the pace of the story from there. There it is. It'd be like that sometimes, you know? Anyway. That's gonna be it for today. I already saved, right? Yeah, already saved. So, thanks to Steel, Spar, and Julian for dropping by. For everyone else, whenever you're watching from, whether it's live or the VOD, whether it's on YouTube or on Twitch, have a good day, good night. Take care. And I'll see you on Saturday for some Victoria 3. We're going to continue our Btua half campaign then.